In 1972, a plane carrying a rugby team crashed into the Andes Mountains. Most people believed the passengers died instantly. They were wrong. What followed was not just a fight against cold, hunger, and isolation, but one of the most extreme and documented survival stories in human history. This is the true story of Flight 571. The passengers were young. Most of them were students and rugby players from Uruguay. They were traveling to Chile for a friendly match. Families, teammates, and friends filled the cabin. There was laughter, there was excitement. No one imagined danger. This was supposed to be a short and routine flight. As the plane approached the Andes Mountains, the weather changed. Heavy clouds surrounded the aircraft. Visibility dropped to almost nothing. The pilots relied completely on navigation instruments. A small mistake was made. They believed they had already crossed the mountains. They were wrong. Suddenly, the aircraft struck a mountain peak. The tail ripped away instantly. Moments later, both wings were torn off. The remaining body of the plane slid down a snow-covered valley at terrifying speed. Inside, passengers were thrown forward. Some died instantly, others screamed. Then, silence. Those who survived the impact woke up in shock. They were surrounded by endless white mountains. No trees, no roads, no signs of life. They were more than 3,500 meters above sea level. Many were badly injured, broken bones, deep wounds, internal injuries, and there was almost no medical equipment. Night fell quickly. Temperatures dropped below -30 degrees Celsius. The injured cried in pain. Others froze quietly. Several people did not survive the first night. The survivors realized something terrifying. This place could kill them even if they did nothing wrong. At first, hope remained strong. They believed rescue would come within days. Search planes flew overhead. The survivors waved clothing and metal, but the white plane blended perfectly into the snow. No one saw them. Food was rationed carefully. Each person received almost nothing. The fuselage became their only shelter. They used seat cushions for warmth, suitcases for clothing, broken metal pieces as tools. They slept pressed against each other to survive the cold. Every night was a fight to stay alive. Food slowly disappeared. Chocolate bars were divided into crumbs. Wine was shared drop by drop. Hunger became constant. Weakness spread. Some people lost hope. Others forced themselves to stay strong. Eventually, they repaired a small radio. One day, they heard an announcement. The search for the plane had been stopped. The world believed they were dead. Hope collapsed. No one was coming. There was no food left, no animals, no plants, only snow and human bodies. The survivors faced a decision no one should ever face. They chose life. It was not easy. It was not quick. But without this decision, none of them would have survived. As winter deepened, nature struck again. An avalanche crashed into the fuselage during the night. 8 people were buried alive. The survivors were trapped in darkness for days. Oxygen ran low. Fear took over. Only 16 people remained alive. They understood staying meant death. Someone had to go for help. 2 men volunteered. They had no map, no proper gear, no guarantee of success, only determination. They spent weeks preparing. They made insulation from plane materials. They gathered tiny food supplies. They waited for better weather. Finally, they said goodbye. They walked into the mountains, not knowing if they would ever return. For 10 days, they walked through frozen hell. The air burned their lungs. Their feet froze. Every step felt impossible. They climbed mountains higher than anything they had ever seen. At night, they nearly froze to death, but they kept walking. Then something unbelievable appeared. Grass, water, life. They had crossed the Andes. They reached civilization. They found a local farmer. Help was called. Helicopters returned to the crash site. After 72 days, rescue arrived. Out of 45 passengers, 16 survived. The survivors returned to a shocked world. Their story spread across the globe, not because of what they did, but because of what they endured. This is not a story of heroes. It is a story of humans pushed beyond limits, of fear, of impossible choices, and of survival. When everything is taken away, the human spirit can still endure.